The Blue Mosque, also known as the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, is an Ottoman-era mosque located in the Sultanate area, the core of Old Istanbul. It was built between 1609 and 1617 by Sultan Ahmed I. There are a total of 36 burials inside the tomb of Ahmed I. The basilica cistern was built in the 6th century during the reign of Byzantine Emperor Justinian and is the largest of several hundred ancient cisterns that lie beneath the city of Istanbul. The Mosque of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent, built in the 16th century, dominates the city's third hill, overlooking the Golden Horn. The dome is 53 meters high and 27 meters in diameter. Smaller than the Byzantine-built church Hagia Sophia, it remains a great example of architecture at the peak of the Ottoman Empire. The obelisk of Theodosius is one of the most famous monuments in Sultanahmet Square. It was made in Egypt around 1500 BC for Pharaoh Thutmose III. In 390 AD, Emperor Theodosius I brought it to Constantinople. The Grand Bazaar is one of the oldest and largest covered markets in the world. Topkapi Palace served as the main residence and administrative headquarters of the Ottoman sultans between the 15th and 19th century. Topkapi Palace Museum holds a fascinating collection of the world's most famous and spectacular jewels, including the famous Topkapi dagger. Hagia Sophia, an important Byzantine structure, was built as a Christian church in the 6th century under the direction of the Byzantine Emperor Justinian I. The main dome is about 55 meters high and 31 meters in diameter. It remains a superb example of the grace and sophistication of Byzantine architecture. Emperor Constantine, who established Constantinople, and Emperor Justinian, who constructed Hagia Sophia, both present their models to Virgin Mary and Child Jesus. In subsequent centuries it became a mosque, a museum, and a mosque again. The Spice Bazaar was built around 1660. Rustam Pasha Mosque, built in 1561, is famous for the Iznik tiles on the inner walls. Iznik pottery, named after the town Iznik in Anatolia, were produced from the end of the 15th century to the 17th century. Caravansaries were roadside inns along major trade routes, like the ancient Silk Road, where travelers could rest, trade and be safe. Today, in this caravansary the whirling dervishes ceremony is performed. Cappadocia, a region in central Turkey, is known for its landscape of dripping cones, pillars, pinnacles, and fairy chimneys, carved by rain and wind over millennia. Gureme Open-Air Museum contains the best churches in Cappadocia and several monastic complexes. It was an important center of early Christianity. The architectural details and frescoes of the churches seem as alive today as when they were new. As dawn breaks, and ready to float in the air up to 1,000 meters, we gradually enjoy the view and the sunrise over Mount Ergie volcano. Uzquanak Underground City is one of several ancient settlements which were carved out of solid rock in late antiquity to provide shelter and defense in times of trouble. Early this morning, our journey will take us across the Taurus Mountains toward the Mediterranean seaside town of Antalya. Along the way we will stop in the city of Konya. The Mevlana Museum, in Konya, started life as the Dervish Lodge of the Mevlevi order, better known as the Whirling Dervishes. The wooden sarcophagus of Mevlana, dating from the 12th century, is a masterpiece of Seljuk wood carving. The Ashefaglu Mosque, built in 1297, is one of the few remaining wooden mosques that dates from the Seljuk period. The mosque has an exterior built of masonry and multiple rows of wooden interior columns supporting the roof. After 7 centuries, this mosque is still used for regular services. Antalya is the 5th most populous city in Turkey. Antalya is a gateway to Turkey's southern Mediterranean region, known as the Turquoise Coast for its blue waters. Hadrian's Gate, an arch built in the name of the Roman emperor who visited Antalya in 130 AD. Reconstructed funeral urn in clay, from the early Bronze Age. Antalya Museum has 2 halls dedicated to the presentation of the statues from Pergay excavations. Most of those statues originate to the 2nd century AD. In the sarcophagus hall, sarcophagi from the Roman period from Pamphylia and Side Mara are displayed. One of the most notable is the 12 Labors of Hercules. This morning, we visit Pergay and Aspendos, ancient sites along the coast near Antalya. Pergay was originally an ancient Lycian settlement that later became a Greek city in Pamphylia. It was the capital of the Roman province of Pamphylia Secunda, now located in Antalya. In Aspendos, we visit the best-preserved Roman theatre of the ancient world, built in the 2nd century AD. The theatre once hosted attractions for more than 10,000 people. Leaving Antalya, we travel along Turkey's Mediterranean coast, and continue our journey to Fethiye through an area known as Kikova. We stop in Demre to visit the St. Nicholas Church where we can see the original resting place of St. Nicholas of Myra. The church was built in memory of St. Nicholas around 200 years after he died in the 4th century AD. Despite its modest size, it is nonetheless spectacular. The highlights are the magnificent vaulted rooms, and the small gallery nearby containing the remains of some wonderful mosaics and frescoes. We continue our route to Fethiye where we board our gullet, a 2-masted wooden sailing vessel. Fethiye is a port city known for its natural harbor. Before sailing to another destination, we take a shore drive to Karakoy, a Greek ghost town, where Anatolian Greeks once lived here. We cruise to the Bay of Gamler where we drop anchor in a sheltered cove. A storm is brewing along the coast. Instead of sailing to our next destination, we board a bus and drive to the Dalyen River where we can see the remarkable Lycian-style tombs carved into the cliffs on our way to Konos, an ancient seaport city with roots dating to the 9th century. Konos was an important seaport back to the 10th century. It is now located 8 kilometers from the coast. Strong winds and high seas have altered our plan. We are sailing back to Fethiye to catch a bus for our last destination, the city of Kushadasi, a seaside resort known as the gateway to ancient Ephesus. Ephesus Museum is an archaeological museum that has a remarkable collection of artifacts found in and around the ruins of Ephesus. Ephesus, situated on the western coast of Asia Minor, was originally founded as an ancient Greek settlement on the Aegean Sea. It later became the capital of Roman government in Asia. It is a marvel of remarkably preserved wide marble streets, flanked columns and temple. These public toilets were not only functional but also served as social meeting places. They provide an intriguing glimpse into the daily lives of the ancient Ephesians. The terrace houses of Ephesus are luxurious Roman residential villas. These magnificent dwellings were constructed between the 1st and 3rd century AD and served as homes for Ephesus's affluent and influential residents. The mosaics and frescoes found within the terrace houses are a testament to the skill and creativity of the ancient craftsmen. The Library of Celsus is one of the most iconic structures in Ephesus' ancient city. Ephesus was home to the Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It is the end of our wonderful journey in Turkey.